Hey guys, good morning everyone. Today is February 6th, 2021. Philippine time is at 3 in the morning, and you are again uh, with Miss JD over here to discuss her portfolio, and let's find out what happened to my stocks for our February 5th market performance. Right, so here's a snapshot of our portfolio. No changes in terms of the stocks that I have at the moment. And for market day February 5th, our portfolio gained by 1%, and that's a day change. And portfolio wise, we're still running at 13.31% positive on our port overall. All right, so as you can see, I've added another snapshot of the biggest movers in my portfolio. So I got the screenshot from Investograms. And as you can see, our ABA gained 6.78% over here. And we're very close to our average now. And ABA over here is taking 2.73% of my portfolio size. So that's a good one. ACEN as well. We are still on a 12.65% gain for ACEN. I was able to lock in some profit somewhere at the 780 the other day. Was it yesterday or the other day? But definitely, it's just stabilizing. We'll look at the charts later on, and Double Dragon is one thing that I'm also banking on, because in terms of volume, they're very close to our Jollibee, Double Dragon, and ACEN and APL. So if I have significant moves in these stocks, one, two, three, four, five, it's gonna be a big change in the improvement in my overall portfolio. So I'm banking on that. So I have one bagger stock here, which is currently at 119% gain for our Dito, and we're still holding on to our position. And we're also closely monitoring our Double Dragon here. We're very near our average price now, and we are just down by 1.66%. Later on, we'll see the potential of the Double Dragon, and see the bigger picture by looking at the chart. And also JFC starting to show some recovery. Merrimart Tech over here went back, and we'll find out later in a short while how these charts are looking at and where could we be heading in the coming days or weeks, right? So overall, one flat line over here, no change in one, two, three, four, five, six stocks, giving us some positive movements. I super love what Dito did today. It's a 4% increase, and that's why our day change has reached 1% over here. So that's a significant move, uh, given that we had um, given that we had this movement on the biggest um, portfolio size, or biggest stock that has the highest size in my portfolio. So that indeed created this. This is the biggest influencer of why we gained 1% positive gain for our day change here. All right, so that's our portfolio. I love my picks. Some of these stocks are a bit red, but then again, I'm looking at the bigger picture why I'm into these stocks. AR, we had that in our portfolio for a short time, but then again, I'm half-hearted. Even if it's rallying right now, I really don't have a clear picture of the company and where it's really heading. So I don't want to stay too long in stocks that I am doubtful of. ATN is still a big red for me, but at least I know the potential of this stock. This is into the build project. and they have definitely a lot of projects lined up for them. So it's just a matter of time. Okay. But then again, I made some wrong moves here because I was not able to cut my losses early. And this is the price that I have to pay. Okay. Nonetheless, it's only 6% of my portfolio. So it's not really hurting my portfolio that much. Let's take a look at how um, these stocks are performing. Okay, so as you can see, I also have this in front of us. Uh, right away you will see that those are the stocks I have in my port. Okay, so let's take a look at ABA. I'm using, by the way, I'm using a Bollinger Band and an RSI over here. So let me just add one extra thing that I started using and looking at. Okay, for ABA, we had a bounce, right? Bounce over here, which is right at the around 118, 116 area. So several days we were hitting at that level, and looks like it is respecting this area. And now we're green, so chances are we can continue to move up. So this was the time. Uh, this is the bounce that we have been waiting for, right? So this promising. This one too is most likely going to just stay flat around the 7 peso area. We could be moving sideways first and then continue to move up. What's important is we have to hold around the 7 peso 706 area for it to continue to move higher, because the moment it goes down, breaks the MA20 line, chances are we could be dropping and go back. We could go back to the 578 level. And we have to decide what our plans are if it is going to go down to this level. Because as for me, I'm a mostly a mid-term investor, because as you can see, I don't like moving from one stock to the other. I want to stay a little longer in a stock, and I've started this uh, cadence with all of you guys where I show the daily movement of my stocks. And this is also my way of documenting my journey and documenting my thought process every single day and what my plans are every single day. Would love to go back to these videos years from now. So I hope you're liking it and you're getting some good insights out of whatever I'm saying here. So my plan here is, okay, so if it sustains, holds around the 706 area, then I I could be adding some more. Anyway, I took profit around the 780 the other day, so I could be buying here because I have um yeah, could be here. Did I mention here? There's also one right here. So let's just plug that in. Before it even goes to this level, it might go back to this area. So 653, we could be um, challenging or testing that too. So one over here because there's a resistance and one over here because it created a support, and it's this one as well. Previous resistance became a support right here. So we'll challenge this and see if it's going to bounce. If it drops right here, I could be adding some more. Even better if it drops up to this point. So I could repeat what I did here because I was able to catch it around this area. So then we could uh, do some, we could lock in some profit along the way as we move higher. So if it drops, no problem. Our buying power is ready. I think I still have what? Um, how much is this? 20%. 20% of my portfolio is cash. So we're ready to add more if in case we have some good opportunities in the stocks we're holding. APL is also one of my picks, and we know the big story for this stock. It's just that at the moment it is still consolidating, and what's good about the picture is that your foreign investors are slowly, there's an activity coming from our foreign investors. They're accumulating at this point, as you can see, right? So from this day to this day, how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 days straight. And out of the 9 days, you only had 1 day wherein we experienced some foreign selling. So still at a healthy level. And while we are consolidating, we are just right very near the 50s area. So I think this is still a strong stock. We have some momentum sustained uh, around the 50s level. Okay, so chances are it's just, I don't know, maybe third week of February, we will see the big spike in this price. All right. So next would be our ATN. ATN here is starting to show some appreciation in the price, but we're not 100% safe as of yet because our MA20 line is still rejecting the price. See that? Each time we go near the MA20, it's being rejected. So I've already managed my expectations for this stock. We could be moving sideways here in the area first before we could go higher. So I'm chill with that. This one is also giving us some, signs of positive recovery. We crossed the MA20 line and then eventually one whole candlestick above the MA20. We also made an attempt to trigger the upper Bollinger Band, but it did not really happen. But the moment we start ending, okay, the end price outside of the Bollinger Band, chances are we will have a continuation to the upside. Now, if you zoom out a little bit, see the bigger picture. There is a bigger picture. We're a long way to go to reach the highest peak over here. So we are at a very cheap level if you come to think of it, right? We're just at the accumulation stage of our double dragon bottom fishing. And when I say bottom fishing, we're bottom picking these stocks. We're trying to get in at the cheapest point, and I think we have achieved that. Look at this. If you're to look at the longer time frame here, from this point to this point, while the stock was moving downwards, we are increasing in our RSI. That means that this one too did a double bottom over here, and your RSI is also starting to accelerate. Do you see that? Right at this level, this 0.1, and then actually from this point, triple, so many bottoms. We were moving just right at the bottom, but our RSI is starting to climb up. Dito, of course, looks like we are attempting. So there's still 1 point over here. So we are just sitting right at a resistance. So that could be a good indication that we could be continuing. Actually, it could be slightly higher, lower than this because there's an area over here, there. But since there's a wick, so maybe it could still be considered as part of the resistance. So we're not 100% confirmed as of yet that we broke out of this level, out of the resistance. So we'll just wait and see. However, the foreign buying is still there. See that they're accumulating, and the chances are we could be breaking our resistance really, really soon. JFC also showing some signs of recovery over here. The moment we cross the MA20 line, that's a good sign. How does the index look like, by the way? Also showing some signs of recovery. Very good. So pretty much the same as how we're uh, moving in JFC. Chances are we could also be following the direction of the index. So it's just steady pulse, no movement. I won't take any action for JFC as of yet. Merrimart also accumulating at this level over here. So I'm thinking this has already bounced. Chances are we don't know if it's going to take off right easily. We could be moving sideways first, and then we could go higher next. Next area of resistance would be this level. So if you just wanna, if you wanna go swing trade, this one swing would be worth 22%. But I know we cannot catch the very bottom, and then we won't be able to hit. Let's say, just conservative. Let's say you're able to enter somewhere here and end up to here. That's going to be a 14% gain in just one swing. MRC, no movement, also doing sideways. Tech, we had some rejection right at the MA20 line, so If it drops and goes back to this level, then that's fine. Chances are we are still at a very cheap area at the moment. Double bottom. Okay, if it goes double bottom again and our RSI is already starting to, accelerate, moving higher, as you can see here, then that we can say, okay, we have a bullish divergence and chances are we could be bouncing. So notice the stocks that I normally would show interest in. This is the time where, for instance, this one is an accumulation stage. When I entered right here, it was right at the very cheap level. So I like bottom picking stocks. Sometimes it takes long. It takes a long time before it can take off. MRC as well, we were able to catch it right here. Um, MRC 0.52. So obviously we are not able to really catch the very bottom, but we are very near the area. So this is still an accumulation stage, and we are just at the area of the accumulation level. So there you have it. Um, Hopefully these stocks will, some of the stocks that currently have that are on sideways movement, would move uh, in the same or at the same pace as, let's say, ACEN, Double Dragon, and Dito. So definitely, if that thing goes uh, in the direction where we want it to, then of course this is going to create a nice movement in our stock portfolio. So I think that is it for this evening. That's a recap of how my portfolio performed for the day. Now, if you have some requests on the stocks that you also have in your portfolio, go ahead and drop a comment so I can review them for you. It's a Saturday tomorrow. I could record multiple episodes or videos for you guys. So um, I'll be reviewing the most trending stocks. So I'll go from top to bottom, and then probably some of these might come out as well. So we'll see. Hopefully, you could drop a comment, hit the like, and subscribe if this is the type of content you'd like to watch every single day. Thank you, and bye bye for now.